All right, Artemus Toast here. This is part three in the videos related to the Epiphone Les Paul Traditional Pro 2 that I was considering getting. Um, you know, long story short, I happened to have an important meeting at Chuck E. Cheese, and near the Chuck E. Cheese, there was a guitar center. So I stopped in there with my Charvel San Dimas Pro Mod, to consider, trading it on the Epiphone Les Paul if I liked it. Um, you know, I've never really dealt with Guitar Center. I typically, Sweetwater, I usually order stuff, not guitar related. Guitars themselves, I typically, buy used, at the local guitar shop near me. Um, you know, uh, Only on a couple occasions have I bought a new guitar, but those were also from a small local dealer. Um, so and the reason why I'm talking about this, I'm wasn't really aware of the Guitar Center, process or what have you, So I walked in and I found the Les Paul Traditional Pro 2. Sat down with it, took it off the wall. You could take it right off the wall. You know, um, Looked it over. Trying to feel it out. You know, uh, First off, I gotta be honest. First turn off was pretty grainy. The back of it was, the body. The neck was a pretty fat neck, fatter than the SG I have, and fatter than the San Dimas, but not uncomfortable at all. So I was still kind of digging the guitar. The one they had a black one, and the the knob for the boost, it didn't click on and off, and I started to look over this guitar, and man, a lot of hands had been on it. The head stock had a kind of, not really a chip, but a little dent in it, and where the um, top wound over the side, on that on the cutout. It kind of looked like it was, knocked against something, and it kind of that plastic ring kind of got stretched or pushed down. So this guitar had been the black one that I looked at. But they had a burst one, and they so I'm still liking it, um, considering it, and they also had a used Les Paul, Gibson Les Paul. So I ran out. I didn't know what the process was, so I ran out to the car and grabbed my Charvel, and the manager took a look at it, and it took like a really long time to get an estimate. I don't know if that was sales tactic to get me to look around longer, or I come from 20 years of retail, so you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I'm not saying that was the case, but if so, um, you know, and the thing that really got me is, I had to tell him like four times what it was. You know, I understand that. I mean, well, here's the first, reason that I couldn't understand why they didn't know what it was. Well, I mean, I'm looking at Guitar Center's website right now. They sell it. You know what I mean? It might be a regional. Maybe not all stores carry all brands. And I'll be honest, I didn't see new Charvels there. But I look at it this way. If you're selling cars, just because you don't sell Fords doesn't mean you don't know what it is. Um, in any product that you sell, um, you should know about that product and its brands and the competition, if you will. Especially when you're talking about trading one in, you should have you know uh, some concept of the brands that you don't carry as well. But I'm stretching this on. But first off, that I mean, be quite honest, that the kind of I was like, really, you're the guitar appraiser at Guitar Center, and you don't know what this guitar is. I mean, but I'm going off on that tangent. So once again, I kind of at that point, even though uh, the guitar I was, it wasn't bad. If they had a nice one that didn't look like it was, beat up, um, you know, I would still consider it. I'm basically just waiting on trade appraisal or what they'd give me towards you know. So after walking around the store, I played around on some drums, what have you. Finally got a number, and you know, uh, to be quite honest, the number kind of made me laugh. I don't know if they like lowball or I don't know what the negotiation process is with that. With a guitar at a Guitar Center. You know what I mean? I've haggled at at pawn shops. I've haggled at mom and pop stores. I haggled off of Craigslist. I mean, but you know, it, I equate it to going into Walmart and haggling. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you can't haggle in a Walmart, because that's what Guitar Center felt like a Walmart. Um, you know, but I had him give me my guitar, and I kindly left. But uh, I really didn't solve much, about these videos related to the Epiphone limited edition Les Paul Traditional Pro 2. But I mean, this is what I can say. Um, it didn't impress me. Not that I had the bad experience at Guitar Center wasn't enough to completely turn me off of a guitar if I liked it. But I guess what I could say is it just didn't appeal to me. It wasn't. It didn't sound bad, but it didn't sound as good as the one I was considering trading. It didn't feel as nice. Well, once again, I think I just got caught into the spectacle of mainly that boost. Because I often wondered about making a semi-active guitar, or maybe the ability to have a split coil humbucker and a active humbucker. If there's a way to wire that and switch between them, so you get more, and maybe even the concept of a humbucker, single coil humbucker, with the bottom, the bridge humbucker being active. That'd be an interesting thing to switch between by having, a humbucker up top that you could split, a middle single coil, so you could have a middle single coil and a neck single coil. I think that's what. Once again, long story short, I'm digressing here by, basically thinking of what I consider my dream guitar. As far as versatility. And I think that's what really drew me to this guitar once again, is the fact that uh, you know dual humbuckers, that you can split coil or coil tap, or whatever the correct vernacular is for that, and the fact that I had a 10 decibel boost, almost like onboard EQ, or some kind of active pickup capability, so that's why I thought it was pretty cool. But long story short, you know, it's a good guitar, but now that I finally had some hands-on experience with it, still not what I'm looking for. I mean, I hope this helps if you're looking at it. Artemis Toast out.